Come on. Okay. There we go. Oh, it's shaking a little bit. I'll wait for everybody to get in there. Here's my chat. Oops, I might have did the wrong link. I did. Let's try again. Oh my gosh. I am live right now, yeah? Where did we go? There it is. Try this again. There we go. Perfect. We're in. Alrighty, so hopefully we get some people in here. We want to start right at 4 o'clock, so. One, two, three, four. This is for Betty. Oops. Hi Cheryl, hi Kathy, welcome. Dawn, hi Rhonda. How's everybody today? I'm feeling much better this week. We ready for a busy, busy, busy class? This class is going to go really fast. We got a lot to get done. Okay, so who do we have here? We have Cheryl, Kathy. I just like to mark down who has all come so I know. Dawn, Rhonda, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Long time no chat. How is everybody? Did everybody get their homework done? I finished mine up earlier. Some of you may have watched the live. I did a live doing my homework. Hi, Annie. So yes, we are going to get started right at 4 o'clock today because we have a lot to go through. So if it seems like we're moving really fast today, it's because we are, because my goal is I want to get my whole bag done to show you guys. So, I mean, there will be pauses in between, but if you do fall behind, remember, I'm at your disposal all week to get the bag finished up. I would like to have pictures of everybody's bags by Wednesday if possible, so I can do another little mini movie showing everything off. But I am definitely here to help you through any hurdles that you may have. But I think you guys all got this. It'll be pretty good. You'll be able to go back and rewatch and all that stuff. So yeah. So we see who else pops in. Hopefully we get everybody in. So we have 2 new people joining us for next month. We have Bridget and Amy. They have already signed up, so they may join us to watch this class. We will see. Next Thursday, we are starting the net handbag. I'm excited for that. I got to do the tutorial still for it, so. And all I have left to do for the Betty Bowler tutorial is to do the voiceover. So I'm going away for the weekend for my birthday this weekend. So when I get back on Monday, I will do that voiceover and I'll get that posted so the members can see it. Oh, Cheryl, you delivered the prom dress from hell today? That's awesome. Kathy, you're way ahead of us. You've already done your binding? You put the rest of the bag together with it. Did you know how to do it without me telling you how to do it? Because this pattern doesn't have, this pattern isn't a binding pattern. I've changed it. So you put your panels together and you did your whole gusset and everything, Kathy? You were good to go? So you're just going to sit back, drink wine, and watch us then, are you? Had to switch out a zipper to a corseted back. Oh my goodness. My cousin Melissa does alterations for a living in Castlegar, and she's doing wedding dresses and prom dresses right now. So I'm impressed, Kathy. Good for you. Do you want to come and do mine for me? Hi, Melissa. Kathy's already on the second glass. Ah, that's why you jumped ahead, because you're going to have so many that you're not going to be able to concentrate on that binding, right? So yes, I'll watch the time. We'll give it a couple more minutes and then we are going to jump right in because we got lots to cover. So we're going to start right at 4 o'clock today. Oh, Kathy, how come you can't post a photo? Can you email me a photo when it's all done? That would be great. I'll take my email address down here. So if you're not part of Facebook, to send it to me. I actually, on my Facebook Bag Makers page, I created an album on the Beans Bag Bag Makers group labeled Betty Bowler Bags. So when you do get your bowler bags done, if you could put the photo into that album, that would be fantastic. Or you can email it to this, Beans Bags. Oh my goodness. My email is super long. There it is. I've had too much coffee today. I'm vibrating right now. Like my shirt. I'm wearing my Galaxy Customs t-shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts to wear sewing. All right. How are we doing for time? Got 1 more minute and then we're going to get started. So I'll have to try to watch for people popping in to mark them off on here. I have an attendance chart. Why are you afraid to turn the bag through, Kathy? You can do it. Oh, yes. Dawn is having some major drama in her neighborhood. There was a shooting. So, yeah, that is scary, scary stuff. Not typical for there, I don't think. All right. So, we're not going to do a lot of chatting. We'll try to chat at the end. If we get this all done, we can be rewarded with some chatting. We really need to get all of this going. So, I'm going to right away point you downwards. Sorry. So you can see what I'm doing. Hi, Erica. We're just jumping right in. Erica, there you are. Okay. So we're going to do all that we can to take over to the machine. So first thing we want to do is we want to take our little zipper tabs. We want to fold them in half like so. And we are going to put them centered with our zipper right here, like this. And clip it into place. Mine are super thick, holy moly. Like that. And same on the other side. And then once we get those basted into place, we are going to go ahead and finish the gusset at the machine. So once you have those in place like so, just set it aside for now until we go to our machine. Try to turn you in more. Okay. So for homework, we should have all gotten our rivets placed. And I'm just making sure mine are good because I had some faulty rivets and I want to make sure that they are good still. Yeah, we're good. Got our rivets in place. We have our nameplate in place. We're good to go. I don't know if I trust that rivet. I found out I had my extra long rivets mixed in. Do you know what, guys? I'm going to quickly switch out this rivet. So here's a lesson on how to change a rivet. I have my extra long rivets in with my regular rivets, and I didn't notice it. So to remove rivets, I have these needle nose pliers that I got from Dress So. You can probably get them from anywhere. And I just grab the back of my rivet, and I just yank on it. I should have checked these before class when I found out that problem. The other one came off really easy. Usually it just pops out. Sorry, I should have checked this before when I noticed I had some of the wrong rivets and these weren't setting properly. I can pull it out this way. It's almost there. So I guess you guys can chat a little bit while I fix this rivet. So this is what happens when your rivets are too long. And of course, this one's not popping off like I want it to. Of course not, because I'm in a hurry today. Oh, come on. There we go. And it just pops out. And then I can go ahead and put the right size rivet in. No, it's wrong rivets. Okay, so everybody let me know while I'm doing this, making sure I have my shorter rivets, because I got my long ones in here, which was the problem when they got those tabs in place, and by then I should be good to go. This is a client order, so I gotta make sure that it is perfect. I think all my other rivets were okay. Rest look great. Okay. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome. Where do I have Rebecca? Where are you? Okay. Okay, so now we want to get our panels ready. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to take your two main panels, exterior, your two main panels lining, and you want to decide which of these you want on the front and which of these you want on the back of the inside of the bag. So I like my zipper to be at the back of my bag. So I'm going to find the back of my bag. Uh-oh. Did I lose connection here? I hope not. I'm lagging out a little bit. Okay, so you're going to take these and put them wrong sides together, like so. And we are going to clip them. So we have the wrong size together like this. And we are going to clip them all the way around. So I have my zipper pocket on my back panel because I like mine to be at the back. And once you're done this, you can go ahead and do the exact same thing with the front panel and the other lining main panel. All right, and then you're going to do the same with the other two panels. Set that aside. And we're going to put them wrong sides together again and clip around. Now, if your lining seems like it's too big, that's okay. We can trim that up later. Or even if it's a little bit too small, as long as it's within 1/4 of an inch, that's okay because it'll get caught in the seam allowance. Mine is a little bit too long, but I will trim that up later. Yes, so Dawn had something traumatizing happen in her neighborhood. There was a shooting. So our job is to distract her with sewing. Scary, scary things up there. Okay, and you're going to see on my other side, it's too long. I will trim that up later once we have it all basted on. Dawn and I had a talk about everything already earlier. It's just terrible. Okay, so while you guys are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and head over to the machine with these three. Also take with you your 2 bottom pieces because we're going to do them right away as well. Look at that. That's all the pieces we have besides our handles. It's coming together. Okay, so I am going to head on over there. Hello. Oops. So I'm going to do this part at Tiffany, my flatbed. Oops. And then the binding we're actually going to do on my cylinder arm. But you can definitely do it on any machine, of course. Okay, and I'll get us into... so I can see the chat. Oh, it's not showing me my chat on here for some reason. Can everybody see the chat still? No. Hello, is anybody there? Okay, no, there I can see it. Can everybody see me? Okay. Okay, so perfect. Okay, is everybody ready? I'm going to keep powering through if I don't hear from anybody. Hi, June. Okay, so now that we have our panels our lining and our exterior panels together, wrong sides together. We're going to go ahead and we are going to baste them together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and you guys do the same. And for some reason, my computer is acting up here. There we go. Said we're the home stretch. Like, our pieces are all together. It's now just putting everything together. Oh, it's because of my difficult. Okay, and once you're done one, go ahead and do the other one as well. And set those aside until we go back to the table. I'm just going to plop this on the floor for now. Oops, I'll move you over so you can see more of the machine than you can see me. Long threads there. Holy. Again, you can see my lining has overhang. That's okay. I will trim that up when we get to the table. Just means I cut mine a little bit too long. It'll be okay. There we go. That is what we got. Okay, so everybody let me know when you are there and ready for me to move on. We'll give it about 5 minutes or so, and unless we're ready sooner. This is like the easy part, and then we're headed into the harder part. Can everybody hear me okay? Hi, Kim. So, Kim, we just basted the main panels of the lining and the exterior together, like so, wrong sides together, so they make one piece on both of our pieces. Okay, June was already done earlier today. Awesome. Did you do the whole bag, June? You overachievers. Aw, Kim's at work. Oh, well, that's what the replay is for. Okay. Is everybody good if I move to the next step? Dawn's done? Oh, okay. Awesome, June. We're hopefully going to get there in the next half hour. It's my goal to try to start the binding by 5 o'clock. So 45 minutes. Okay, so the next step, what we want to do is we want to baste our little tabby things here into place. So that's what I'm going to do. This is easy to have centered because it should be about the same width of your zipper. And I'm just going to go ahead and mine is super thick. Holy moly. Baste that in with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance on both sides. And again on the other side. And then we're going to form the whole gusset at the machine here. I'm not going to take it back to the table. We're just going to do it right here. So those are all stuck on good, like so. I might have to move this back so you guys can see better. Okay, I'll give you guys a couple of minutes. Let me know when you're ready so we can move on to the next. So these next few steps are quite fast, and then we get more in depth. So. This I will need your attention for if you've never done a gusset before. Dawn's done. Let me put this way back so you can see. Yeah, that'll make it so you can see better. Oh, thanks, June. I curled my hair too, so. Did you see my sewing pants? Oh dear. Erica's done. Give it another minute or so. Sorry, I feel like I need to start singing a song again. Sing, sing a song. Oh, really? I'd like to say this is all natural, but my hair is actually strawberry blonde natural. The blonde streaks in it is my natural color, and the rest not so much, but you wouldn't know it. My hair's been this color for so long that everybody thinks it's my natural. And it grows out so naturally that you can't even tell. I don't even get that much for roots because my hair is already red. It's just a lighter red. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start. If we have done everything right, our gussets should be approximately the right size. Mine is a little teeny tiny bit smaller. That is okay. So what we want to do is make sure we have our centers marked on our exterior gusset piece, and we're going to match it up with the center of this here and clip it in. Now mine is slightly shorter. That would be due to how I sewed in my zipper. It depends on how close you get to your zipper or what have you, but it is not going to be out by very much. We're just going to end up trimming it up a little bit and nobody will know the difference. So go ahead and put those right sides together, one short end centered with each other. Sorry, Dawn. I think last week I got I Dream a Genie in your head. I don't even know where that song's from. I think it's from my childhood. Okay, so once you have the exterior pieces pinned in, you're going to flip it over and you're going to take your bottom lining panel and put it right sides together with the zip panel. So now we're sandwiching that zip panel in between the two. And you're going to add it into the clips. like so. And then we're going to go ahead and we are going, so we got, this is what we have. This is what it looks like. So now we are going to go ahead and we're going to sew all of that together with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Oh, that's really thick for mine there. I used, my vinyl was super thick for my, whatchamacallit. Oh my goodness, everything's in my way today. So now we have something that looks like this. Everybody let me know when you're there. So close I can taste it. We're so close to being done. Did that make sense to everybody what we did there? With the lining panels right sides together and the exteriors right sides together. So we have that panel. The zipper panel is kind of sandwiched in between the two. Everyone's quiet today. We'll give it another minute or so. Again, it's going to feel like I'm going really fast. It's just because we have so much to get done. And this is our last class for this one. So I want to at least be able to get one side bound to show you how to do it. And then the other side, if we don't get to it, can definitely be for homework. And then you guys can send me your pictures. As I was saying to everybody before, if you joined in late, I created an album on the Facebook page, the Beans Bag Maker Group page. And that is where you can put your pictures that will go into the little mini movie that I'll put on YouTube showing off our makes for this month. If you're not sure how to do that, you can definitely email your pictures to me, or you can send them to me on Facebook and I will put them in there, no problem. It just makes it a lot easier for me to be able to keep track of where they are and where they've been sent. And then it gives me a good place to be able to go and get them. All right, are we ready? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we want to bring our bottom panels wrong sides together. So you're going to pull this way and the exterior like this. And then we're going to go ahead and we are going to top stitch through the bottom panel here, pulling the lining and the exterior taut and even. And it feels a little bit awkward because this panel is so big. So just kind of fold it under like so. And we're going to top stitch. That's one side done. And you can see how mine is a little bit longer here. All I'm going to do right here, see right here, I'm just going to take my scissors and kind of go with the line of it like that to even it up. And as long as you're keeping the same angle, you're good to go. It's just because I probably didn't get close enough to my zipper, so it just made my zipper panel just that little itty bitty bit longer. Okay, so everybody let me know when you're done that, and then we will create our loop. Any questions so far? Is this making sense? Oh no, Rhonda. Yes, you don't want to do that because then you're going to end up with the raw edge there. Just always in the gusset is the only time in a binding bag you don't actually sew it to the bottom. Trust me, I've been there, done that. So many times you have no idea. So yeah, when you're doing a binding or adjusting it into a binding, then you always just do it with the front and the back panels. And the bottom panels you do with the, like how we're doing this. Okay, so we'll give it another couple of minutes. And the next steps I will be doing at my cylinder arm, they're just, will be a lot easier to be able to see on the camera because I can hang the bag down. So if I do it on here when we're putting them together, the bag is going to be standing up and in the way of the camera. But on my cylinder arm, I can make it so the bag is laying down to show you how I'm stitching the seams, which will just be a better visual for everybody what's going on. Okay. So what we want to do now is we want to take the other short end that has our little snip of our bottom, and you want to bring it right sides together. So we're creating this loop of our exterior pieces, and we're going to put them together just like we did with the other one, like so, and clip them in place. Said it is a really big bag. You're going to feel it at this point. Okay, and then once you've got the exterior all together, then you want to bring up the lining panel and bring it up like this. So now what we're creating is this weird loopy thing. Loopy thing. And add those into your clips. I have a little bit of a frog in my throat. Holy moly. And just like we did with the other side, so this is what we got, is we want to go across here with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Okay. Oh, Rhonda, that's okay. Trust me, I've done the exact same thing as you, and it's all good. Okay. Bring you guys a little closer now. I have you sitting on top of my exterior panels, which I had on the floor here. Excuse me. Okay. So we'll give everybody a couple minutes here, and then I'll show you how we're going to get to top stitching that next seam because it's a little bit different. But it's a quick fix, Rhonda, because it was only a base, so you should be okay. Okay, we'll go another minute or so. Everybody doing okay? June's done. Oh, you did do my piping, hey? You did the piping on the bottom too, Rhonda? Okay. So now what we want to do is, so we have it like this, right? So now we want this panel and this panel to get wrong sides together. So you're going to kind of pull the zipper lining up, like the zipper panel up like this, to turn it right side out. And that should flip everything wrong sides together like that. Okay, Cheryl, that's fine. And you know, you can always reach out and I can help too, right? So if we've done everything right, everything should be about the same size inside. What we want to do now is we want to top stitch along here. So we're going to pull our lining taut and this, and we are going to top stitch along there. This feels a little bit awkward, but it's doable. You'll be fine. Sewing in a loop is never a fun thing. Like so. Let go. Okay, and once again, because my zipper panel is a little bit too big, I'm just going to go ahead. Whoops. My scissors are stuck to my magnet, and I'm just going to trim the zipper panel in that same angle on both sides, just to make it so they meet up right here. So that's what we have. And then we want to end up basting the lining to the bottom. So you don't have to clip it. I always clip it. So you pull it nice and taut. See, it's going to fit fine. Kind of find that center mark and hold it in place and start your clips there on the one side. So you want that fabric evenly distributed all throughout there. Same on the other side here. See, fits perfect. And then go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other side, and then we will baste this all on. Around this panel you did the piping, Rhonda? The main panels you could do the piping, yeah. If you didn't do the piping on the gusset, you should be okay to pick out the bottoms. from each other because they're just basted together, right? Or am I thinking wrong? Oh, line clips. Okay. And then once that's done, you're just going to go down each side and baste those two bottom panels, the lining and the exterior pieces together, just with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Oh, I almost didn't hold my tails again. Man, that's twice I've done that today. That could be bad news for my machine when I do that. I think I'm okay. And I'm just sewing from the inside of the loop because that's the easiest to do without being too awkward. You only have to do it to the zip panel because the zip panel we've already done this too. And go a little further just because I snipped it a little bit. Okay. And then the same with the other side. Get in there. So you guys finish that up. So we should have this big loop now. I'm going to take us back over to the table. So look, we're down to 3 pieces now. Isn't that amazing? 3 pieces and then of course our handles. Hello. Happy Thursday. Look at my messy laundry area. Get a drink of water. Excuse me. Get the hiccups. Okay, and while I'm waiting, I'm just going to go ahead and trim up my lining where it's overhanging. And that's just because I cut it too big in some areas. How's everybody making out? Are we good? All right. Ready a breather to catch up? Okay. Oh. Well, that should be okay because it was just the bottom, right, Rhonda? You said you did the piping not on the zipper panel and bottom, but on the front and main with pocket pieces. Or did you sew all of these together already? Otherwise, just pick the bottom pieces apart from each other and redo the gusset that way. How's everybody doing? Looks like we're losing people. Oh no, I hope people aren't having problems with their internet connection. Oh, a couple more popping in again. Are we having issues with internet, everyone? No, I'm trying to drown myself. What time is it? Okay, we'll give it 4 more minutes and then we will start putting these together. Aw, Kim. Well, at least you can watch from work, so that's a bonus. That's good. Oh, I don't know why I got tickle in my throat. Is everyone sewing along? June is good. Rhonda's fixing her bottom. Oh, Kathy, you're done everything else, so you're just doing your straps, yes? Dawn is done. Okay. So I always like to start with my front panel here because I'm going to be able to see it. And this is the part that's going to be the most visible when your bag is done. So I have my front panel right side up. And I have to mark the centers on my zipper panel here. So the way I'm going to do that is those seams that we had just created, we are going to put those together, line them up, and pull up the center here to find the center of our zipper panel and make a snip. We should already have our bottom panel done right here. We did that before, but if you didn't do it, you can go ahead and find the center bottom the exact same way. But we would have already found that when we did our interfacing on the bottom. And then go ahead and do the other side. It's also a lot easier to undo this for everything else we're going to be doing here. So match up the seam there. And snip your center. Whoops. Which is right. Oh, Coco. I lost it. Coco's having a good window guarding day today. Okay. So undo your zipper. Turn this gusset piece inside out. Like so. And then we want these to go right sides together. We are going to match our bottom center mark with our bottom center mark on our main panel here. And put in a whole bunch of clips to secure it. I use a ton of clips here. So I'm actually going to clip the bottom pretty much all the way to where the pocket begins for now. I still have, oh, down here. You are right. Thank you, June. It would have gotten caught in the lining anyways. And right here. I missed this one. Okay. Start again. Okay, and then when you have a few clips in that bottom to hold it in place, we're going to take the center here and match it with the center here on the other side. And then here down the other side. Okay, and then I'm going to start working, clipping it down to where it looks like it's not going to fit anymore when we hit this corner. So I'm just going to start clipping around until we get to that point, and then I'll show you what we're going to do then. Oh, more people popping in. That's good. Now, our pocket here and our pocket on the side, those seams, that's probably where we should have marked next. But where our gusset seam, where our bottom and our zipper panel seam met, and our pocket, they should line up perfectly, which mine do. So maybe what I should have done first was, before you start clipping around, match up this pocket piece and this seam here, and just like that, mine match up. So that is really good news. And then continue clipping. That's good news because it means I cut everything right. Again, do not be afraid of clips, especially if you're using waterproof canvases, and because we've kept the foam in to our seam allowances, it's going to want to shift. So the more clips, the merrier. As you'll see me go absolutely clip crazy here. Okay, same down the other side. Okay, you can see how it's starting to not want to make its way around that corner. So I'm going to continue the bottom until I get to that point, which is going to be about there. And then we're going to take our scissors in this corner and we're going to make little scant, oh my goodness, I need sharper scissors, little snips into that corner. I have really bad carpal tunnel, so it's not wanting to clip right now. I have to use both of my hands to make the scissors do it. It's terrible. Oh, Kim says, don't forget to like. Thank you, Kim. And what this does is it'll help spread that fabric around that corner. Hopefully. And it will. See? And then it helps you bring it up to the edge like so. And then clip that in place. You want to make sure that there's no lumps and bumps there if possible. Okay, so we got that side done. We can go ahead and do the other side. Look at all those clips. Oh, Coco. Now remember, you're doing your clips into your gusset, not into your main panel pieces. I'm going to go this way because my hand strength isn't the best, and this just isn't easier for me to be able to cut into that when I can use both hands to close my scissors. Carpal tunnel isn't fun, but I'm a knitter and a crocheter, and it just comes with it. Hi, Anna. Did you pick up all of the yummy vinyl for us? You're allowed to be late. You can always watch the replay later. We're just talking about my terrible, terrible carpal tunnel. Yay! More vinyl at Galaxy Customs. Is it new vinyl, Anna? Because I need more vinyl in my life. It is a lot of clips. This is a Brandy thing. I do not like it to shift at all. So I like to be safe and sorry, and I put in a lot of clips. I mean, everybody can put in as many clips as they like. This is just me. I'm not quite getting there. Oh, you sourced some more fuzzy prints. Yay! I love the fuzzy prints. Look, Coco's excited about fuzzy prints even. Dawn ran out of clips. Sorry, Dawn. I have so many clips, it's not even funny. Okay, I'm making sure there's no lumps or bumps there. I'm spreading it out. If I was on my flatbed, I'll show you. I would sew with the main panel against my bed and sewing on the gusset side. I'll show you in a sec here. So I'm going to do it on my cylinder arm because if I do it on my flatbed, you're not going to be, the bag will be blocking what I'm doing. But if I was doing this on my flatbed, I would sew it like this all the way around here. And you're going to sew with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. But because I'm on my cylinder arm, I'm going to be doing it this way. So when it comes to the binding and how I'm sewing this, you would be doing it the opposite way on the flatbed, I guess. I don't know. We will see. Yay! Seam allowance for sewing lining to the zipper panel was 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, Rhonda. Okay, so while you guys are all doing that, so that you can see this is what the inside of the bag is starting to look like, I am going to just take this over to the cylinder arm and get the camera and everything all situated. Tommy's feeling neglected. Woo! I'm stuck on something. Oh my gosh. I have a table right there and it's in my doorway. So, okay, let me get situated. There's all my beautiful Anna vinyl. Here's Tommy. Oh, I got everything in the way here. Okay. Mind me while I find the best way to have this. I'm going to have to lower this down. Sorry if I'm making you guys dizzy. Now you get to see my messy studio. It's small, hey? Woo! And drop you guys down like that. Okay. I think that's going to work like that. I think so. I think so. Hi, Tommy. How you doing, baby? This is my newest Baby Yoda to my collection from my son. Actually, I'm going to be sewing mine with this down against this as well. Okay, I'm going to turn this around so I can see the chat. So I'm going to be sewing this exactly how I would on my flatbed. I'm just doing it on here because you're going to be able to see better what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way around with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Going clip to clip type thing. You know what? I have my wrong foot on here. One sec. One sec. I have my drop-in lining foot on. I need my other one. I need not that one. This one. Okay. So usually at that stage, I would put on my right zipper foot. I find it just makes it a little bit easier. So I am going to do that right now. I'm doing a tutorial, another one, second one in a row that's a drop-in lining with a zipper top. I tell you, not my favorite thing. But I've discovered that's a really good use for my right zipper foot, which I've never ever used before. Okay. Sorry, I meant to have this prepared. I saw I had a zipper foot on there and didn't realize it was the wrong one. There we go. Okay. So hopefully everybody can see this. So we're going to go around with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. See, if I was at my other one, you guys, this bag would be in the way, but I can push this down so you can actually see what I'm stitching here. I find I have a little bit more control on my cylinder arm too. Is that an okay angle? Can you guys see okay? I can only sort of see the chat through the machine here. So if I miss any comments, I apologize. Now see how it's overhanging here a little bit? That is okay if it's just a little because we can cut that away. You don't want it to be too much, but I'm not going to be picky about it. It'll be fine. Just make sure you're feeling to make sure you don't have any lumps and bumps. And it's definitely easier with the zipper open. Now this is when I get to the zipper panel, that's where I find it likes to try to shift. So take your, this is where I have my million clips. I seriously go clip to clip. You can see my panels are slipping a little bit, but they're only by like maybe 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. It's fine. You don't want it to slip any more than that though. You could use a stiletto to hold it in place better, but my stiletto's over there. Tommy, you're doing such a good job. Tell you, I didn't really need this machine. It was a want, but man, I'm so happy I have it. Uh-oh, get up, run over that. As you can see, I take my time going around here. I'm not fast at this process by any means. Mainly because I don't want to do it twice. And once we get the seam done, everything is held in place, which makes the binding super easy. So this is where, if you were doing piping, you would want to be very aware of where your piping was and that you were sewing right up against it and not running over top of it. And that would also add some more bulk into the seam. Whew. Done. Okay. So before we go back to the table, we just want to make sure everything was caught all the way around. And check inside as well to make sure we didn't have any raw edges popping out, and it looks good. So we will go to the table for final inspection. Whoops. Look it. There's me and Dave. My beetle stuff. I bonked my head on the wall. Said my studio is uber small. So, and I have stuff all over the place here. Okay. Okay, now I gotta adjust my tripod again, so I apologize if I make you guys dizzy again. Try not to do it too bad this time. Whee. Yay, Nicole has sewing room time. Okay. So, there we have it. You can see no lumps and bumps or tucks. It went all the way around nicely. She looks good. And that's why I like to do the front of the bag first, because this is the part that it shows the most. So it's just an easy visual without that other side being on here to make sure that your front is perfect. What are seam allowance here? I finally got all my clips in place. Annie, 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is those few places that I went over just a smidgen here, I'm just going to go and trim those corners up. So it's not enough that it makes any difference in the shape of the bag. It's just very, very little. It's just from sliding a little bit. That's okay. Check up here, but we want to get that out of, just kind of trim them up even. binding is so incredibly forgiving when it comes to uneven seams. And then if you have it so your lining is kind of sticking up here, just go in and put a few more clips in there to help it lay flat within the seam allowances around those corners. Or we can pin them down. Okay. Yeah, Michelle, I'm glad that you can make it for a little bit. That's good. So we have, let me see, Michelle. Except we're still missing quite a few people, but that's okay. Anna's here. Lexi and Lise, did you pop in here at all? Becky, did she pop in here? Jaded, I know Jaded's going to be late. Okay, so now we're going to bind it. So everybody has their own preferred way of binding. You'll go ahead and you will do your preferred way right now. I'm going to show you how I do mine with bias tape. If it was waterproof canvas, you could just fold it over and go ahead and stitch it all the way around all at once. I never have luck with that. I end up having to go back and forth. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do the binding yet because I want to change my thread. We're going to put on the other side. Ignore what I just said. So what we did with this one side, we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing with the other. So let's do that. And everybody sing a song. So we're just repeating exactly like we did with the other side, and then we'll do the binding. And sometimes I would finish a whole side, but because I'm going to be changing my thread to red, I still want to use my black thread for sewing this seam. I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess, but we'll just sew all the panels on. I bet Annie used as many clips as I did. I hope I have enough in my bowl here. I might have to go and raid the room again. So line up the bottom center, and again, line up the top centers. Coco! Holy! Awesome. Well, Annie, my seams didn't hardly shift. The clips are awesome that way. Okay, and then match up our sides here with this seam here. And then go ahead and evenly distribute the fabric everywhere else. I always find the second panel easier to go on for some reason, because this bottom panel makes that shape already for us. I just find it easier to do it for some reason. Oh my gosh, my hands aren't working. Okay. Again, make sure your zipper is undone for sure at this point. So that's where we're going to turn it through once we have our binding on. I might have to go and get some more clips from the other room. Clip into my gusset around that corner. I don't believe this is 4th class already. Holy, I swear the last 2 months have gone so fast. Okay. See, and it makes them fit really nice. Flying clips. Hear ya. And they hurt just as much as when you step on Legos on the floor. Man, oh man. Because they fly everywhere, that's why I buy the cheap ones from Amazon. Then it's not so painful in price when they get lost or stepped on and broken or what have you. And I bet Anna's still laughing at my number of clips. This is just what I have to do. Okay, I have to go grab more clips. I'll be right back. As one falls on the floor. Ouch. I'm walking into walls. Oh, Anna. I'm a clip girl. I cannot lie. I'm a clip girl and I cannot lie. Let's make a song out of that. Yeah, you could use staples here for sure, but to pull those out is such a pain in the rear. Again, I've never had luck with staples, but some people swear by hand basting instead of clipping before you sew, but that's a lot of hand basting. So clips is my chosen way. It's not the right way, not the wrong way. Every way is right. Okay. Oops, I got a little bit of overhang here of lining, so I'm just going to cut that away now. And this should all slide together. Yes. I think with all the clips it looks really pretty. So all those little things out. There we go. Okay, and then once I'm done this, I'm going to take it back to Tommy and sew this side. And then we'll come back to the table again and I'll show you how to apply the binding. Okay. This bag is so big. Oh my gosh, I really got to find a new place for that little stool. And for my mannequin here, she's in the way too. Like, ah. And my light. Okay. Hi, look at my messy room. I'm gonna bring you down slowly so I don't make you dizzy. Bring this one down slowly to Tommy level. Okay, and we're just gonna do the same with this side that we did with the other side. Move this over maybe so I can see the chat a little bit better. I don't know if that's possible. Not really. Okay, I have all my clips going the wrong way. Oh well. 3. Can I just slide? Oh, okay. Woo! Clips are flying. Hope my head's not in the way. Is my head in the way? I'll bring you guys closer here. Wasn't a good place for the computer because now it's pushing it out of the way. There we go. Rhonda, sorry I have to leave now. I'm on a step of putting the front pad in. Oh, thanks, Rhonda. Let me know if you need any help. Sorry, sorry your panel got done wrong. Been there, done that. Said, guys, we're so close to being done, like, so close. And you know what? I'm doing this panel different than the other panel because I did it gusset side down last time, and this time or gusset side up last time. Now I'm doing it gusset side down. I'm inconsistent, but that's okay. So if you're on a flatbed, you would have this side on your bed. That would be the easiest. So I didn't put my clips on upside down. I started sewing my bag opposite what I was planning on doing it. That's okay. There we go. Around these corners slow, you don't want it to slip. Aw, Kathy, you broke 15 clips. Kim, yeah, hand basting wouldn't work for me either. My carpal tunnel would be so mad at me. It already hates me because I hand quilt, or started hand quilting. Okay, so once you're done that side, again, make sure that everything was caught, going all the way around. And you can kind of, we'll do it, excuse me, at the table, but I'm just going to make sure. Like I can see right here, it's super duper close. See right there? So I am going to go over it One more time, just making that seam a little bit more even because I slipped a little bit there. So I'll just fix it right now. From about there, my seam allowance seemed to get small. So just go back in and fix that up. There we go. Hi, Coco. Hi, baby. The other side was okay. Other side was okay. Okay, and I'm going to take it back to the table. Good. There's Coco. Coco. Okay. Actually, while I'm here, while you guys are going to do that, I'm going to quickly change out my thread to my red thread. Because my binding is red, I like to use a matching thread for that. And that is the next step. So I'm just going to thread my machine because I know everybody is happily sewing right now. Oops. What the heck? Come on. Usually I don't have to do this because usually I do a black binding, but I figured seeing as I had red binding, I may as well match the lining. Got this too long. I'm sorry if I'm missing any comments. I can barely see my computer over Tommy here. He's just too tall. Should take me too long to thread it up. I lost my screw for this guy. It's on my floor somewhere. It's on my hands and knees looking for it. I'm wondering if it fell in my garbage can, but pretty sure I can find another screw for it. I got a guy. He'll get me one. There. Red one. Cylinder arm bobbin looks like this. It's really weird. It's just so tiny compared to the other one. There we go. Okay. Now we'll go to the table. We're doing pretty good time, guys. Hey, Benny. Beep, beep, baby. Okay, out of my way so I don't step on you. Okay, I'm gonna make you guys dizzy again. I'm sorry. There we go. I'm gonna get more clips. I'm gonna be doing the clip thing again. How's everyone making out? Does it make sense? Looks like I've lost a couple people again. I think we're having problems with internet connections today. Or people are busy, I guess. So again, I'm just going to go around and trim up the little bit of excess. Okay, that should be good. bunnies at my feet. Wow, Dawn, good job. You're done. Perfect. Okay, so this is where you would do your chosen method of binding. I'm going to show you my chosen method of binding, which is with bias tape. I get the double folded extra wide, get it Fabricland. Emmeline Bag sells it. I'm sure Joanne sells it. And a whole pack should do this bag. Whew, I'm really hot all of a sudden. Okay. So I like to start my binding on this part of the bag, on the gusset side. So you just really have to do it, decide which side feels more natural to you to do it. On a cylinder arm, this is the way I like to do it. I did it this way on my, how did I do it? The way I did it on my domestic, or on my flatbed machine, is I would actually, so you're going to take this, you're going to open it up, you're going to fold in that raw edge like this. So on my domestic machine, I would actually clip it to this side here, and then have it flat on my bed, like all with clips, and have it flat on my bed and sew through this side, making sure I catch that binding. And the reason I would do that is because when it came to folding it up this way, it's just a lot easier to sew on this gusset side. Because I'm on a cylinder arm, I do it opposite because there is no awkward way of doing it. So you can do it my way if you want. I just found on my flatbed that was the easiest way I did it. So you can do it opposite how I'm doing it. I'm going to do it this way. So I have the raw edge folded over. I'm starting around the middle here, and I'm going to just clip, keep opening up my bias tape all the way around, and once again, use a million clips to clip it in place. Can you see that? And the next movements are just going to feel really repetitive because we are just sewing over the same things at different seam allowances over and over and over again. And we are going to do this like this on both sides, and then we will finish everything else up at the machine. Now, some people just like to take the bias tape and put it over like this, and then do it all at once. You can, oops, like this, like not unfold it out, just kind of stick it in like this, and then sew along here all at once. You can definitely do that. Again, I don't have much luck doing it that way, but that's a me thing. But that could be a faster way of doing it all in one step, whereas doing it my way is an extra step. But I never have to go back over and redo anything. It catches everything that first time. So yeah, you can use the double fold just like you would do it with waterproof canvas if you wanted to save that step. Again, it's completely what works for you and completely what your preference is. I just promised I would show my way. Oh, I think I just broke a clip. It's got to be a song for clipping. How many people are doing waterproof canvas instead of this way? I'm guessing many of you are. I know that's most people's favorite way of doing it. But I like this one. It's not too thick. It doesn't add that much more thickness into the seams. but doing it my way does add a whole extra step. See, I knew you all were using waterproof canvas. So you'll do it all in one go then, I'm sure. Whereas I will sew this side on and then I will fold it over and then sew it on the other side. There's no wrong way. Just different ways. Again, I've tried waterproof canvas and it's not my forte at all. We're actually going to get done. This is exciting. Okay, so when you start coming back to where we started, if you're using the double fold bias tape, yeah, that's so far it's Anna, Nicole, and Erica are all using waterproof canvas. So you want to come back from where we started if you're using the double fold like me. And add this strand into the clips, and we're going to cut this just past where we started. Like so. And then you're going to fold this up, but you're going to keep part of it folded down. And you're going to take the one we started with and fold it over top. Oh, we're not going to do that just yet. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Add those into the clips. And then do the same on the other side. Tell you, I am super excited to go to Vancouver tomorrow. Much needed mini vacation, even though it's only 3 or 4 hours away, but it's gonna be nice. Oh, the neighbor's dogs are going nuts. I think Coco started that. I swear she doesn't bark all day long. Just seems like it. She actually sleeps most of the day. It's an old dog. This is a big bag, holy moly. I have enough to get around. I think I do. I'm going to trim up here a little bit right here. Check on the inside of this, make sure it's okay. Yeah, it is. Now the Annette bag that we're doing next week will be a lot less involved than this one. It's a much, much simpler bag. And it's super cute. I haven't made one in about 3 years. I made a ton of them back in the day. So it'll be kind of nice to revisit it. But it's a birth bag, I believe. If my memory serves me correctly. So I wasn't doing binding back then. Pretty sure it's a birth bag. Cocoa beans. Oops. Just enough. Cool. My hands are not wanting to work now. Holy. They are rebelling. To sew this on, Kim, I use on my industrial between a 4 and a 4.5. My regular stitch length. Holy cocoa. Dawn, you ran out of clips again? I'm sorry. Okay, so I've come to my end here. I'm going to bring it just past. Give it a snip. Look at that. That's like playing chicken with your binding. Okay. So then I'm going to go sew around here with a scant 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. So between a 1/4 of an inch and a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. If you're doing it in a way where you can see, well, you probably can. The first fold here, that's usually where I put my foot, like right in front of that, and use that seam as a guide where that first fold is. And that's where I sew all the way around. Well, I'll go ahead and do that. Come on, Mr. Clip Bag. Hello. Okay. And this is the last traveling I will do with you. Kim, you're doing bias tape like me? Look how pretty my bag looks here. So we'll do everything else at this machine. So I won't make you dizzy anymore. Oop, just right now. I'm going to bring you down. Hello. That one's down. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and sew those on. Can everybody see? Do you want me to bring you a little lower? Does this go any lower? Sure it does. Okay. I think you can see a little better there. Okay. So I got my red thread in because I want it to match. I need my bowl for catching my clips. Alrighty, here we go. So again, I have my zipper foot on here. I don't know if you can see, I have my zipper foot sitting right at that, can you see that? Right at that crease right there. Don't know if you can see. That might not be a good angle. Best I can do. Okay. Let's do this. This is usually where I would have music playing in my videos to pass the time faster. And this is where you can see on a cylinder arm how easy this is. But if you're doing it on a flatbed, you would be doing it, it would just be holding up like this. You kind of have to squish it down. Drive safe home, Kim. You're 3 hours ahead of me. I know I'm looking forward to supper. I'm hungry. Dave should be getting home around 6, right at the end of this class. And Thursday nights he makes dinner, which is nice. Home stretch, home stretch. What other songs can I put in Dawn's head? It's so much easier going around this time because we've already stitched it in place and it's, let's get over that pocket. And it's, nothing is shifting. I just have to concentrate on that binding staying where it needs to be, which is easy. Come to the end. Okay, I gotta go grab my big scissors because I know I'm gonna need them. Right back. Okay. I'll put this back where you can kind of see it. Woo! Oh no, I've got socks on. I got pink socks on. I always have socks on. My feet are always very cold. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bind this side to show you guys how I do it. Finish up this side of binding. So we have our 2 pieces right here where we overlapped. So this inside one, you can keep the first fold down. This outside one, you're going to fold it down over top of that. And then you're going to bring it up and over the other side. And what I like to do is make sure my binding, so you see where my stitching is here. I like my binding to cover up that stitching. And then I clip it in place. And then I work it, whoops, I work it all the way around like this. So we have it folded in and over. So we have no raw edges. And we go ahead and clip. At the same time, maybe we should go around first, kind of pull this up, make sure everything was caught. And it makes it easier for flipping it over because it kind of flips over on its own. And everything was caught. And then go ahead and clip it in place all the way around again. Except for this time, we're going to be sewing from this side and following that folded line of the bias tape. Now, if you get to a corner, like see here, it doesn't quite go over all the way. What I'm going to do with that is fold this back. Where did I put my scissors? Just had them. There they are. And I'm going to trim that seam, some of that bulk out of the way without cutting my bias tape. Just to make it, and it's within the seam allowance, so it's not going to affect the shape of the bag at all. And then this should go over perfectly. See? Perfection. Oops. Just closer and hopefully not knock them onto the floor. Not gonna lie, usually when I'm binding at this point, I have my feet up on the desk here and I'm leaning back in my chair. See, binding's not too bad. And the reason I like to do my pretty side on the main panel is because that side shows when you look in the bag. You are, like you can see here, I have some stitching and stuff showing through on this side. When it's on the gusset side, it gets stuck in that seam and you don't see it. So this doesn't have to be perfect. And it always helps to use thread that's the same color as your lining and as your binding. And then if you go a little bit off course, you're the only one that's going to never know. And again, this binding all gets hidden into the crease, so it's all good. The most important thing is making sure you have no raw edges. Oh, June, we do the binding exactly the same? Cool. It's the way that works for me. I've tried it many ways, and this is the way I found I like to do it the best. Okay, so now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put my purser foot right along that fold and do like an 1/8 of an inch top stitch type thing, but I'm going to use a 4.5 stitch length stuff. And I'm going to stick it in there, and you can see how I have my zipper foot right up against that fold of the bias tape, and that is going to be my guide. It ends up being approximately 3/8 of an inch, just under. And just go all the way around. Am I in the way here? I don't know how to place this. One day I'll have a bigger studio. And then once this is done, you just repeat with the other side, and then the bag is done. All you have left to do is putting on the handles. Easy. You're doing a really good time. We're going to only go over by a little bit, I think, if we go over at all. So that's good. Oops, did it catch it? See, I got a little off kilter there, and you can see my stitching there, but it caught all the raw edges, so I'm okay. Nobody's going to notice that but me. And all of you guys know because I've told you. Just important that it catches all those raw edges and all is well. This bag is huge. It's a travel bag. Or if your name is Anna, it is her work bag because she enlarged hers. Believe it or not. So as I was telling everybody when we first came on, if you came in late, on the Facebook page, I have created an album. I have all your necessary clutch wallet pictures in there. I've also created an album for the Betty Bowler bag. So when your bag is all done, if you could please drop your pictures there, I'm planning on doing the little movie, hopefully next Wednesday. So if everybody's bags can be done for then, and then the picture sent to me, that would be amazing. And then I'll do a little movie like I did with the Necessary Clutch wallet. I think that was really fun. Got a lot of attention. Everybody loves seeing your makes. Oops. Look at that. This one side done. Yay. Looks good. Everything was caught. So I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing with the other side. Probably could fit a toddler in this bag. Okay. So rinse and repeat. Do it again. Always like this point because it's almost done and I get excited because then we get to turn it out. Ooh, a small puppy. I should take this and steal a puppy. I couldn't steal a puppy. I want a puppy. I think Coco would break a puppy. She would teach that puppy to bark. We will get a puppy after Coco's had her time, I think. Benny doesn't bark too much because he doesn't hear her because he's deaf. Well, he sort of hears her. I guess out of everything, he hears her more than me, but he kind of has to see her barking before he'll start. She's a bad influence. But an amazing guard dog. As you can hear right now, I don't know what's going on outside. Maybe just the neighbors are home. Not if the puppy's little enough. It wouldn't eat the bed. I have waterproof canvas in it, so it's okay. Then again, I don't think I'd want a puppy to pee on my waterproof canvas either. Oh my gosh, oh Coco. Actually, it's the neighbor probably getting home. The neighbor has a white van, and any white van that she sees, she thinks it's a delivery driver. She does not like delivery drivers. Tommy makes a more manly sound than Tiffany does, doesn't he? He must have more horsepower or something. Oops, I'm dropping clips all over the floor. It's not too bad, Kim. I said, and there's many ways of doing binding. This is the way I like to do the binding. You just have to take it slow. I used to be horrified of binding until about a year ago, and now I love it. I hate drop-in linings with zippers. I like drop-in linings, just not ones with zipper tops. And that's what this bag's original pattern is that. Of course, the last two tutorials that I'm working on are drop-in linings with the zipper, and the designers asked me to keep it as per pattern. So I have learned it's a lot easier to do those with a cylinder arm, but they're still not my favorite. That skull bag I just posted, that's a drop-in lining with a zipper top. It's awkward. Oh no, Don, you ran out of bobbin thread. Am I good? Yeah, I still got bobbin thread. I put in a full bobbin, so. I'm sorry, I should have told you, full bobbin. It's just like when you start top stitching. Make sure you have a full bobbin. Bobbin. I'm slipping here. Let's fix that. There we go. Okay, so that's the first part done. Think of all the practice you just got done. I'm not laughing with you. I'm laughing with you. I'm sorry. Okay. So just like before, I'm going to roll it over and do my first clip there. Go ahead and make sure it caught everywhere. This one's already sold. I have a client that wants this one, so that's exciting for me. She wanted one like the demo bag, but she wanted it in black and white animal print. I'm like, hey, I'm making one like that. Okay, so my seam is too big around here, I can feel already, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that up. Just within the seam allowances, just to reduce some of that bulk. Oh, I'm going to knock those on the floor. Don't want to do that. Let me do a little bit more right there. Said, and binding finishes are so forgiving, I find. And they give amazing structure to the bag. It makes it have good stand-up ability. Oh, good, Dawn. You have a couple wound, so that's good. And everyone that's sewing along, are your machines handling the thickness okay? Most of us are on an industrial, I think, but get in there. Hiding that stray thread inside the binding. Yay, Nicole, oops, are you saying you love binding finishes now? Or are you saying you've always loved binding finishes, or is this one of your first ones? I'm assuming you've done many. I'm doing, my binding that I'm doing here is exactly how I do quilt binding when I actually make quilts, so. Just without mitered corners and that sort of thing. This is the last bag I'm making this week. I'm leaving at 7 a.m. tomorrow to go to my brother's place. I'm super excited. Won't be a sewing weekend, except for I do plan on going to leather shops and fabric shops. That's just a no-brainer. Yeah, Nicole, I figured you would because you are a quilter. So you're no stranger to binding finishes. Nicole's the one that is my guide for as I learn English paper piecing and hand quilting. Thank you, Nicole. I'll have to do a video on it, what I'm doing, and for fun one day, I think. Maybe everybody would like that. I don't know. Would you like to see me do it? Okay. Home stretch. I always get so happy at this point, as you can tell. Because once we're done this and we turn the bag out, the bag is done. Much as I love starting a new bag, I love finishing a bag because I always have the next bag on my mind that I want to start. And I'm not one that has multiple projects in a row, like sitting out. Right now, I'm working on a tutorial and I had to put it away to do this. But yeah, usually I start with one bag and I don't start another one until I finish that bag. So doing these classes are teaching me how to... But it's okay to have more than one bag on the go. Thanks, Nicole. Oh, you saw what I was posting on my page about quilting, hey? It's about 2/3 of the way done for the quilt top. I've got some pretty good calluses on my hands from hand sewing those pieces, but it's sure relaxing. I think my computer just died. It did. That's my old broken computer. It overheats and then it dies. So I'll have to just keep... How did you come up with the names for your machine? It's kind kind of embarrassing. So when I was like 12 and 13, I wanted to be just like the singer Tiffany. I think that's why I have, I dye my hair this color. I mean, I'm a natural strawberry blonde, but I've always loved the auburn blonde, and I think it's because I love that singer so much. And then, of course, she used to sing duets with a relatively unknown singer of the 80s called Tommy Page. So I always associate the name Tiffany with the name Tommy. So it just was kind of a natural thing that it would be Tiffany and Tommy. But yeah, it stems back to my preteen, early teen years and who I idolized. And I never thought about how I have kept Tiffany hair color all these years. That's funny. Look it, I'm done. Woohoo! We'll take this back to the table to turn out because I'm so short. I do have a drafting table or drafting chair here, but I'm still kind of on my tiptoes and it's uncomfortable, so I can't sit on it at it for too long. Yay, see? Tiffany hair. Yep. And Coco and Benny got their names. That's the names they came with. We didn't name them. They were rescue dogs, and we didn't want to confuse them too much more. Actually, Benny's name was Bentley, but Brady was little then, and he had a little bit of speech problems, and he couldn't say Bentley, so we just changed it to Benny, but it's still pretty close to the same. Okay, I'm going to make you dizzy. I apologize. Are we ready to turn this bag out? I'm excited. Okay. Okay. So binding, it's caught everywhere. It looks great. Now, the moment of truth. We're going to turn it out. Look, we've made it on time. It's only like 6 o'clock now. This is amazing. So I always find it's easier. I mean, it is a little bit stiff because we did use foam, but it has a big opening. So just put all your might into it. Your rescue pup's name was Chainsaw? What an odd name for a rescue dog. Again, it's not as hard as it looks. Again, I have carpal tunnel, so it's just kind of my right wrist isn't very strong. The hand quilting I've been doing probably isn't helping either. Actually, I think it helps. It exercises it. Come on. Once you can get that bottom through, the rest comes through really easy. It's just getting to that point. Nicole, you've told me what kind of dog you have. What is it again? Oh my gosh. Come on, turn through. I'm almost there. I can feel it. This is how we get our workout for the day, ladies. I say ladies because I know we don't have any gents in there. Again, this is probably easy to turn out if you're using cotton, but I'm using marine vinyls and waterproof canvas, but I'm almost there. A Mastiff. Oh, a Mastiff and a Penny Cross. So cute. I'm glad you could rescue him. I love fat-headed dogs. Fat-headed dogs and long-eared dogs. Okay. I'm sweating. But it's coming to life. It's just gotta be so nice. So rewarding when you go to turn it out. You want to make sure you press the binding really nice and taut into those corners and then kind of massage it. Okay, maybe I'll go live. I don't know if anybody would be too interested in it, but it could be fun to go live. All right, you ready? Look at that. It's so pretty. Yay! So now all that's left to do is put on your handles. I still have to put my strap-ons on my handles, but I just put them on and fold under about 1.25 inches, and then I just rivet them. But you can go ahead and sew them or whatever. I will do that later. I think everybody knows how to put handles on. But that's it. That's all. What do you guys think? Look at it. See, this bag is almost like it was made for binding. I think it's just so nice. Look at the bottom. Hey, oh, hey, Jaded, you made it. You got your little things. Again, I know some of you made these with D-rings, so you can make it a crossbody. That'd be a huge crossbody. I mean, look how big this bag is. And as I said, when you open it up, you can't even see the binding. So that's why it doesn't matter if binding is, like, you can see it a little bit, but nothing super noticeable. This turned out so good. Look at that. What do you guys think? Are you happy with your class, with how your bags are? Oh, I'm trying to turn this out. I'm sorry. Oh, it looks good, hey? I'm really happy with how it turned out. Again, it's a drop-in lining usually, but I think as a binding, it looks so good. And look at the shape. Look how good it looks. Look at your pockets. I can't wait to see all of yours. So good. So exciting. I don't believe 4 weeks is up and we've made all of this already. So yeah, I'll put my straps on. Like, amazing. So happy with it. So yes, so if you can please, when you finish your bags, take a picture and go to my bag makers group and look for the album. That's the Betty Bowler bag, and drop all your pictures in there. If you don't know how to do that, or if you're not part of Facebook or that page, email it to me. That would be great. Oh, I got knots in my hair now. Yeah. Kim, it is easy and quick. Actually, this is probably about a 6-hour make for me from cut to finish. If you think about it, we did this with teaching and everything in about 8.5 hours. Because we ran over about half hour late last time. But I think that was more because we're chatty in the beginning. We could be a lot faster. But it takes away when we can't chat. I know today was kind of powering through, but I really wanted to be able to turn it out and get it done and show you all of that binding. And we were successful. So yes, again, this vinyl, if you like it, this is the, I think it's Galaxy Customs. It's Meow. I think it's called Meow vinyl. I think she's got more. I curled my hair today. I attempted to, Jaded, yes, like my hairdresser, but it went super curly, so. And now it's kind of frizzy in the back because I'm hot flashing, and I get hot flashy right in my neck, and then it all goes frizzy, but that's all right. Anyways, I hope that most of you, or not all of you, I know a couple of you are not joining us for the net bag in May, but coming back in June for the next one. Looks like the George Carryall is winning for June, which I'm super excited about. We will have those results on Saturday of which bag wins, but that's the one that is in the lead so far. This bag turned out awesome. I can't wait to do our video for it. You guys just made this so much fun. I said these classes go so fast, and I think we have fun. I hope you guys have as much fun as I do. So, yeah. Meow. Okay, so Anna says this is Meow, and she has lots. If anybody wants this vinyl, I love it. I've made a couple bags with it now, so I love it so much. Anyways, I am going to go and make supper because I am starving. Thank you, everybody. And I hope I'll see you guys all next Thursday for when we're cutting the net bag. So, yeah. If you message me at all this weekend and I don't answer back, I may answer when I get back to my suite. But otherwise, I'm leaving tomorrow here at 7 a.m. and driving to Vancouver to my brother's place and spending my birthday with my brother and sister-in-law and my husband, leaving the boys behind to look after Coco and Benny, but they have to work. So yeah, so I'm actually taking a little mini vacay Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'm back to work on Monday. But if you have any questions, you can definitely reach out. Jaded, it's a Net by Swoon. So the same maker, the same designer as this bag. It's called a Net. Yeah. Thanks, Nicole. I am going to, I said I am stopping by a few fabric shops and I'm going to go to overseas in Abbotsford on the way through. Happy 21st birthday. Oh, Jaded, I love you. You're a doll. I tell everybody I'm turning 27 on Sunday, so. Yes, so Kim, definitely, if anybody needs help, feel free to message me, email me, whatever. I'm readily available for each and every one of you, but maybe not this weekend all the time. Usually I'm right on my phone and right on it, but if I don't answer back, if you've messaged me, I probably will in the evenings or on Monday. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of a little vacation. Yay. Anyways, thank you everybody. I hope this was fun for you. It was a lot of fun for me. I'm so happy with how this turned out. My client is going to be so happy. Yeah, and I'll see you guys all next week. Bye.